Hey y'all, Treasury here with Picture Me Living, and I'm back after just a slick little bit hiatus. It's been a while. I have been demotivated to set up all the equipment. I had some issues in my home, which my studio is in my home. I've had, some personal issues, and now we're here back making a new episode. I wanted to start off with a girl talk, talking about group chat etiquette. We're going to get to that. I got to get a girl to sit down and talk with me about that with y'all. In the meantime, comment some group chat etiquette below. Okay. But yeah, I've been demotivated to talk and not sure why when I have a whole book of topics and things that are going on. My friends say, you're not going to be successful on the podcast if you don't talk more about your personal business. Well, it's a travel podcast. And a huge complaint that the internet has right now is people need to put the podcast equipment away. We're tired of hearing opinions. But it's like everyone kind of floats toward the podcasts that are marketed toward unhealed individuals, right? And there are travel podcasts out there. They are very peaceful, very demure. I'm not either of those, right? So, I'm going to throw in some lifestyle topics also, which, competes with the lifestyle podcasts that get a lot of complaints. So I do want to scale back the dating conversations because it's always been unentertaining for me. I've said that a million times. Complaining about dating and talking about it has never been. You know what my least favorite is right now? The balloon popping. I don't like it. I don't find it entertaining at all. I don't even know what else to say about that. There are some moments that are funny, but the ones that I've watched are very dehumanizing, Imagine walking out in your best outfit thinking you finna get you some and everybody pop, 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 pop. I like the concept and, if it was a joke, it'd be cool. But these are people like really trying to date. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I've got some red sweet wine. I wanted to drink some liquor tonight. But my son ain't want to go to the store for me and get a mixer that I needed for my tequila. How, are kids allowed to tell you no when you ask them to do something? Like, you stay here for free, bruh. Like, I don't understand that. But here we are, 18 years old. Nope, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going to the store. Like, well, what the fuck? I don't feel like paying the bills, but I do it. This is some cheap Lambrusco, which is my favorite red wine. And it's my least favorite when it's cheap. So we're going to power through this because it's cool and it was already in the refrigerator. So we're going to power through this. I have a lot of topics and the group chat etiquette is a big one because I recently went through a silent disagreement with a friend, associate friend, that disagreed with a very simple response that I had in a chat, in an Instagram chat. And I said, well, damn, like if you have to skate on thin ice, I don't want to be in the chat with you. If I can't, we can't laugh at each other, I don't want to be in the chat with you. I have friends that send me stuff all the time. They be like, haha, this is you. And it'd be the most fucked up thing because it's over exaggerated, right? And I just laugh. I'd be like, yeah, that's me. I do be skipping some items in the self-checkout at Target. I do. That's me. I ain't skipped, and did a Kool-Aid for TV. I haven't done that, but allegedly, that could be me, allegedly. Anyway, I did that to a friend recently and she was very upset. Like, what do you mean that's me? And I was like, dog, like, what is the etiquette? Like, what can you what can you do and not do in a group chat setting? And I feel like Instagram DMs are definitely like a group chat setting. And Melanie and I made a podcast episode talking about girl talk, group chat shit. We're going to come back and we're going to rehash all of this because we have so many updates. You know what we don't do anymore or as much of anymore? We don't do nicknames. Maybe because we didn't, got a little serious with a couple that, like, once you get serious, it's the government at that point. Like, this is him. So I don't know what else to tell you. And you better not run that nickname back. Matter of fact, we can't even speak on the old nickname no more because it's slightly disrespectful that I even called him that to begin with. Is that a, unspoken rule in the group chat? Just comment some group chat etiquette below. We're going to get into it. I'm going to have a guess for that one, though. Someone did send me a very interesting topic. It's funny, but it's true. And I'm going to make a TikTok about it because it is funny. It's laughable. But women would get more along if we met up and played basketball. If we met up and had some sort of friendly competition, we would know who we dealing with. If you meet up with a group chat a group trip of people, you plan on taking a group trip with these people, play spades with them. You're going to eliminate at least half of those people just on the spades table because they're not playing spades. They reneging. Like, I don't want to travel with nobody that habitually reneges. Like, if you was drunk and weren't paying attention, cool. But like, if you are habitually cheating, I'm not traveling with you. It's kind of like going out to dinner with that couple friend and he done got caught cheating a few times. And now they planning a couple trip with you and your dude, like, Because then as soon as he start flirting with a waitress, now you mad. Now your energy bad. No. Let's bring back friendly competitions and group dinners with friends just to see where they headed before we start planning trips. What are some other suggestions? Like, I'm thinking like, so one time I had this Halloween party, right? Everyone dressed up. Everyone was super cute. It was a good night. And we had a vote at the end of the night who had the best costume. Very friendly. Nobody was mad. Nobody was like, I made this. It took me 22 hours to sew this costume. Like, nobody was pressed. They was just like, because I won, first of all. I was Barbie. But nobody was pressed, though. Like, everybody put thought into their outfit. And I just won by default because I had put some detail in my nails. And I just won by default. But, like, have little friendly competitions like that with your friends. Like, let's just do a vote on who's best dressed at the end of the night. And whoever's pressed, you don't need to travel with that person. Matter of fact, if they pressed over a friendly competition, I might not need to tell you any of my secrets either because I don't want to get too deep in this friendship with you. How about, like, doing a, like, field day with your friends and having little friendly competitions like kickball, sprinting with girls. Let's do sprints because sprints are great for your cardiovascular health. But also, if you mad that you lost this little foot race, I might not need to travel with you. Let's bring back some friendly competition. Let's introduce it to girls-only groups, but let's bring it back to the unisex groups. Kind of how, like, guys go play pickup basketball with each other. And the meme was funny because it was like, I ain't traveling with no dude that want to shoot everybody at the basketball game because he lost. It's like, yeah, we need to do more of that. And girls should do stuff like that. I want to introduce sort of a book club to you guys. I've just been reading my last book for about 3 months now, so that's why I'm slow with it. If you want to pick up the book that I'm reading now, it's called The Favorite Girl. and I'll put an Amazon link below. I'm about 75% through it, but I'm also going to link the next book that I'm going to read. So if you're a reader, if you're just trying to fill your time with something positive to do, I'm going to link the books that I read. That is something I did a lot as a child. I read everything, encyclopedias. I read so much shit, and it helped me to escape. And that's why I learned my love for travel. I started reading Sidney Sheldon books, and every scene was like in a different country, Paris, Tokyo. And I could just picture it even though I was in the projects. Like I could picture like, wow, this place must be really pretty just by how he described it or whatever. So I'm picking up reading again because I have a lot of time on my hand. I have a, you know, grown kid. Another question that I want to ask is, do you think that women can be friends with other women when one of the women don't have kids? So let's just say you have kids and the other person doesn't have kids, or you don't have kids and your friend has kids. How long do you think that friendship lasts? Like, we've all heard the term of like, we grew apart, like childhood friends, where one of them is a city girl and the other got married early and had kids. We grew apart, but we meet up for drinks every 10 years and discuss life and catch up. But like, can you really actually be friends, especially at this big age, right? I can't relate to a lot of things. For instance, sitting in the car ride lane to pick your kid up from school. I put in my time. So a mom friend can call me and I'm going to listen to her because I know. And if you forgot your snack and you the 12th person in line, and then your kid got the nerve to walk outside, kicking rocks and shit, looking up at the sky like, bring your ass, get in the car. But you can't really call your friends that don't have kids and talk to them about that. And it sounds so simple. And I think men can do this, but, or can they? I don't know. Men, tell me. Is it difficult? Let me know. Because you become a little bit selfish in a good way when you go so long without having kids. You don't have any type of empathy for things like the car rider line. You don't have any empathy for, man, I just drove home from work. I got to pick my son up and do this. It's like, okay, but what time are we meeting? Because you said this time, like, people with no kids just don't have any type of desire to hear your shit when it comes to your kids. And it dawned on me, I thought about it a while ago, maybe about 5 years ago, but I didn't dwell on it because I was like, of course I can, because I'm friends with such and such, and I'm not friends with such and such. And I had a conversation with a close friend of mine that has 3 kids, and she had a similar situation where a woman that was older, you just hit a point of desperation, if you will. Once again, not in a negative way, but it's just a sense of urgency that I just don't have. So I also can't relate to your dating complaints, just like you can't relate to my car ride lane complaints, you know? So there's a huge disconnect. So when y'all meet up, what do you talk about? If I don't want to hear about what you got going on and you don't want to hear about what I got going on, what the fuck we gonna talk about? If you have successful friendships with kids, or excuse me, with friends that don't have kids and you have kids, or vice versa, I want to know, like, give me some stories. Give me some topics of what to talk about with, you know, and you can meet people outside and network, etc. But to have a deep, meaningful friendship with those individuals, I don't know. Like, help me out with that. Speaking of that, I got some feedback after my last trip that I needed to start. I got feedback from my last trip. I needed to travel more with a man. And people that know me, they know. Like, got that check in the box. I'll have that check in the box again. Like, I'm very confident, you know. So, in the meantime, I'm still gonna go where the fuck I wanna go. And then I heard another friend mention the same thing, just in a different way. She wasn't as condescending, but she was basically saying, if I travel, I'm gonna travel with a man. Like, I don't know what the fuck y'all on, but I'm traveling with a man. I can't relate to that. I'm gonna travel with whoever's paying. Okay? With that being said, whoever got the money, I'm gonna see the Eiffel Tower. I'm not waiting on anybody. I'm gonna go. See it when wanna be. With that being said, what are your preferred trips? Girls trips, guys trips, solo trips, bachelor party trips? I don't know. What about couples trips? I don't like titles. I don't like titles. I will go on a trip with my homegirl and another homegirl that brought her man. We can all eat dinner together. What's wrong with that? I can go on a trip with a group full of girls and bring my man. I can go on a trip with a group full of girls and bring my kid. I don't have a badass kid either, so you gotta know your kid. If you know your man be cheating, don't bring him on the trip with my fine ass homegirls. So I think people maybe lack that judgment also. They lack that discernment. And so they just want to stick to what they know. I don't know. Like, that went over my head as a frequent traveler. That just really went over my head. I didn't notice that people really have no interest in even traveling like I travel. Now, I will say, solo trips are scratched off the list unless something happens. Like if I'm meeting someone and something happens and they get laid over and I end up by myself for a day or two, that's one thing. But to spend multiple days by myself, I'm no longer interested in that. So I do think that, you could change your mind. Change your mind in what you like. Maybe in 5 years, maybe I will only be interested in couple trips. I don't know. I don't know if I ever like couple strips though. I don't think I would ever like guy girl, guy girl, guy girl, guy girl. It's something odd about that. Because how many people do you know in happy relationships that you can get all of them to go on a paid trip? There's so many obstacles that you have to overcome to even get to that point to where something ain't right about that. Unless y'all are all rich, which still something ain't right about that. Somebody's cheating. Somebody brought a side chick, didn't tell you. So now you in the middle of some shit. I've seen that too. I've seen a trip where it looked like a couple trip. This was some boss ass shit now. It looked like a couple trip. All these girls had brought their side dudes. I was like, you know what? I've definitely seen that. I haven't seen it the other way around, but you gotta know that happens. Like, men are going on trips and bringing their side chick. I don't like the titles of the trip. I feel like you're trying to force it. That's what I feel like. You're trying to force something that doesn't need to fit. I like organic trips. Once again, if you got the money to pay your way, you're invited. Okay? Splitting the tab though, that's kind of where I want to double back to my last topic. That's why we need to do more dinners and stuff. Because if you gonna tell me I owe you $12 after we just left a restaurant, I won't travel with you. It's gonna even out at some point. It's gonna even out at some point. I'm gonna pay for something, and I'm not gonna detail your receipt. I'm still going to give lifestyle topics. I'm not just going to not talk about dating because everyone I know is dating. And that's why y'all be listening to podcasts. I do want to know, when do y'all delete people off Instagram? Delete their pictures. Say you with somebody for 10 years and y'all done took these trips together. Because I've obviously deleted someone off of my Instagram, right? To the point where someone came up to me and said, I'm tired of seeing you travel with girls. And I'm like, well, you just ain't seen all my travel pics. I deleted them. Okay. So at what point do you do that? I have friends that still have old pics up of their ex and they broke up years ago. But that's a memory. It's a core memory. I'm going to be honest, like, my social media is just right there for everyone to see. I delete everything. I feel like people judge you immediately off of that. Like, oh, she ain't over her ex. Oh, I could still be friends with her. She still got pictures of us up drunk at the club from 12 years ago, even though we fell out 2 years ago. Well, I still got a shot at being her friend. Or, damn, she don't want nothing serious because she still got pictures of her ex up. So I'm going to go ahead and slide in her inbox and talk to her because she's just trying to fuck. Like, people really do think like that. People really do think off the wall, like how you're not thinking. That's just not what you're thinking about. You just think it's a nostalgic picture. For instance, the close friends. Somebody added me to his close friends to show me that he was on a trip with a girl. And when I say somebody, I can't tell you his name. I just know that I curved him in my DM a very long time ago. And I was scrolling. I was at work scrolling, tap, 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 tap. And when I say the picture was so grotesque and it gave, this should be you. And it's like, nah, I shouldn't. I curved you. I ain't like you. Like, why do I need to see this on Monday morning at 7:32 a.m.? Like, why? I need to get out of here. And so I immediately deleted him as an Instagram friend. I told somebody about it and they were like, yeah, I do that all the time. When I want somebody to see me, I just add them to my close friends and I delete everybody else. I've never done that. The people that are in my close friend are in my close friends. Like, I go in and do a clean sweep every now and then with people I no longer want in there, but I just never looked at it like that. Once again, people are viewing these things in a different way than you are, and your social media is a clear representation of who you are. So how they view social media, they're going to come up with their own representation of the pictures that you post. So they viewed the close friends as, you should have been here, or, oh, she'll let me fuck. She got me and her close friend. Like, nah, my close friends is set up because you're not nosy. I'm not finna let you fuck because you and my close friends. I never even thought about that. Like, I was so disgusted when I saw that meme. Like, people really think that? Social media has different rules for interpretation based off of each individual person. So I want my social media as cut and dry as possible. I travel. You can't afford me, so don't slide in my DM. That's really all I'm trying to. And I sprinkle my son in there every now and then. I sprinkle. He be in there every now and then. But for the most part, like, just don't slide in my DM. I travel. Check out my podcast. I like expensive dinners. That's what my social media says. Cut and dry. It's really not that cut and dry. I got mad pictures on there. Goals. What are some of your goals? I like to continue to talk about goals because one day this podcast is going to touch the right audience of people that want to reach their goals. They want to reach their goal of weight loss. They want to reach their goal of upper body strength. I don't know. That's my goal for sure. They want to reach their goal of traveling to Paris. They want to see the Eiffel Tower for the first time. And I have itineraries for France for sale. on my website. I'm going to reach that audience one day, and I'm going to motivate people to purchase that itinerary, download it, and start to plan their Parisian trip. So we're going to keep talking about goals until I'm blue in the face. Not only that, I falter. It's hard for me to say that out loud, but I give up on eating salads every week, and I keep buying the salads every week because I am not going to give up. But I definitely want Five Guys more often than I should. I want some Mexican food way more often than I should for the amount that I work out. So I keep reiterating my goals because if I have to keep starting over, I will. But my goal is still to do a certain amount of pull-ups. I have a flexibility goal. I have a money goal. Yeah. What are your goals? My notes are a little different today. They down there because I told you I got a lot of topics. Working out with intention is my biggest goal. Working out with intention. Sometimes I just work out and just go through the motion of working out. Does that make sense? I just show up. I be on my phone. I just go through the motion. More phone calls. I want to make more phone calls where we just talk about nothing. Where we just catch up, gossip. Guys and girls. I just want to make more phone calls just to check in. The last 2 days, I heard about two people that passed away. One was a mentor of mine and one was a cousin. We're actually going to visit the family this week of Christmas and just kind of check on people. Hey, how you doing? And do the whole family thing that I'm not used to, right? Y'all will be so proud of me. But that is our next trip. We're going to the West Coast to do that. But anyway, quick story about that. I had a knee-jerk reaction yesterday to change my phone number. I just wanted to change my phone number. It is tied to some drama, some current, hopefully drama that's over, but it's tied to some shit that I don't want to be a part of anymore. And the easiest thing, if I press the easy button right now, it would be just having a new phone number. And I decided not to do that. I was on the phone and everything with T-Mobile, and I decided not to do that. Because how is my mom going to contact me? If you don't know, my mom, she don't like it when I say anything negative about her. She watches the podcast. My mom parties. She lives her best life. And she doesn't remember anyone's phone number except mine. So she'll check in. Every now and then, I'll get a text. I'll get a voicemail. She still calls me her baby girl. I'm about to be 40, girl. I am not a baby girl. But it's sweet, and that's just what she does. And she remembers my phone number. She is in her 60s. There's no way she's going to remember a new number, you know? So I was adamant too. Like, I was going to go find her and get my number tattooed on her wrist. Like, girl, I changed my number. This is what it is. I said, nah, because people need to be able to contact me. Like, I'm one of the few responsible people in my family, and they need to be able to contact me. So I chilled out on that. Literally right after that, I got phone calls from so many people that I haven't talked to in years. And I was like, wow, I don't need the number for my mom. I need the number for me. I need to be able to be contacted. I heard an I love you from an individual that I care deeply about, that I haven't talked to in years. I heard another I love you from a cousin. I heard another I love you from another cousin. And I was like, wow, like this actually feels good. I wrote down these topics on December the 18th. More phone calls about nothing. Today is December 21st. It's funny how God works too, because I had a great morning yesterday. And the great morning that I had was not planned. And I honestly wanted to do something else with my morning. But I said, nah, like this is God moving. This is the universe moving. And I just need to be a vessel. And because of that, I had a great morning and it flowed into the rest of my day. That's my testimony also. Not just not changing my number and doing a knee-jerk reaction. I'm grown. I'm independent. But like, nah, just chill out. This situation will work itself out if you have patience. But the testimony is also sometimes you don't want to do something that is already planned for you to do. God planned this for you to do to make your day easier. You probably finna hear some bad news, or you're probably finna win a lottery. I don't know what it is. But if you fight this moment that you're having right now, if you fight this feeling and try to take it in a different direction and you try to put too much control over that situation, your day's gonna go in a total different direction. So relax a little bit more and let the universe handle more of life. That's my testimony for today. So anyway, more phone calls about nothing is my goal. Stretch and meditate. I always tell y'all that. I'm even tired of saying that to y'all. I just need to do it. Any meditation tips, comment please. Because I be thinking about, damn, did I leave the stove on? Do I need to text somebody back? As soon as I pick up my phone, now I'm on Instagram. Finish the book that I'm reading. Good Lord, I've been reading it for 3 months. I want to do a TikTok a day until they shut it down. That is very abrasive. I will admit that's a lot. So maybe a week. Let's try a week. And then if I get more, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Also, I want to market the podcast in a different direction. Obviously, travel is my love, so we're going to still talk about that. But should I do more episodes outside like I intended? I don't know. But that's a goal of mine, to brainstorm and think about it. How about going live? What would I do on Trey Cherie's live? I have no idea. On like YouTube, what would I do? Would I just sit there and talk to y'all about my day? No. Think about it. That may be what I do. But yeah, that's all of the topics that I have for today. I'm super excited to make more episodes again, and comment what y'all think. I'm really excited. See y'all next time.